in church every Sunday and don't even know you operate with a hard heart.
That's good.
We think sometimes because we come to church that our hearts are not hard. And I was in the back talking with mom, and something came to me. It's kind of like, has anybody ever had kidney stones? Kidney stones are developed through certain things that we ingest, that we take in. And what they began to do is when you begin to eat improperly, drink improperly, these rocks, actually, they become hard rocks.
That's right.
That began to develop and form inside your body that you normally would have to urinate to get them out.
That's right.
And when you can't pass them through urination, they have to go in and get them. Well, Pastor, what's your point? My point is a lot of things that we began to ingest and take in that's not good and healthy in our spirit began to form little rocks on our heart, and they become hard.
Ooh, Jesus, you better teach that this morning.
And they're hard to digest.
Wow. You teach it.
Because we continually taking in stuff that's not good for our spirit.
Come on.
That's good.
Teach.
So what happens as these stones in our heart, watch this, your whole heart is not hard because you're still coming to church.
Wow.
And you hear some things. But what happens is you begin to develop hard spots.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Certain areas of your life and certain things in your life become hardened.
That's good.
Some things you just don't budge from.
Jesus.
That's good.
And it's all because of what we ingest. Now, I told you sometimes we can pass these things. Watch this. We're going in the spirit now. We can pass these things sometime through somebody laying on our hands. Amen. Or somebody praying for us. Amen. But sometimes, depending on how big or how hard that situation is, you got to have open heart surgery. Only God can do it.
You better say that.
You have to be cut open. Because the stones are too big to pass through anybody else's hands.
Wow. That's good.
Right.
That's true though.
The church say amen.
Amen.
Hardened hearts is becoming a very prevalent thing in the church of God, man. It really is. Because hard hearts are becoming almost undetectable.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good. Yeah.
And you say, Pastor, how's that? It's becoming undetectable because of where you are in church.
Come on.
And a lot of times we don't think that we have a hard heart, but we do when we start to see the actions in our lives. It'll show you that your hearts are hard. Amen.
Amen.
Man. Amen. Here we go. Amen. I was up typing last night and trying to get this sermon together. I had some company last night and they confirmed.
Wow.
People that go to church. Her husband is a pastor. And she was telling me this story all about this stuff going on Facebook with one of the ministers, and at least she steady passing on this stuff. Can I tell you, gossip is a hard heart.
Yes, it is. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Gossiping is a hardness of your heart somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere you think you need to take something and pass it on.
That's good.
Pastor's wife. I'm just being, hey, it is what it is.
That's right.
Because see, the enemy will use who's ever willing to
Yes, sir.
do what he needs to be done. Can I share something with you? There are people being ordained to come in and tear down ministries.
That's right. You better say that. You better say it. Yes, sir.
They are being ordained and assigned to come in and tear down ministries just like this.
That's right.
One of the things I told her last night, I said, you know what? And I'm listening to all this rhetoric that's going on. You know what I told her? I'm glad I don't go to your church and I love mine. I'm telling you what God loves. I said, I'm so glad I go where I go. And I say, listen, there is no perfect church, but because there is no perfect people. I say, but the Bible says there's just some things that just shouldn't be named amongst you.
That's right.
Now, House of Glory, we got issues, but some things just ain't named amongst this house.
That's right.
And I'm glad.
That's it. That's it.
And I talked about my church. I say, look. And I say, let me tell you something. I say, you need to not move, but you really need to change you. There's some things about her that needs to be changed. Because anytime you taking something and passing it on and you finding excitement on Facebook, because let me tell you something about Facebook, man. Only thing I do is put nice pic, beautiful pic, read some stuff, and I'm done. Because I'm going to tell you something, social media is a place where hard heart folks go.
Oh, you better say that, my God. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Teach.
Because we go on these places and we post stuff. Watch this. Say it again. And now when we don't get the response that we thought we were looking for, now we want to start a text war.
You want to do the Trump game.
And it began to expose just how hard your heart is. You see it all the time. Watch this. John chapter 12, 35 through 40. And I ain't going to be long, but I want to watch this. This is, and it says, beginning in verse 35, it says, then Jesus said unto them, yet a little while is the light with you. Walk while you have the light.
Come on now.
Lest darkness come upon you, for he that walketh in darkness, watch this, knoweth not whither he is going. See, hard heart folks
Come on now.
walks in darkness and you don't know where you're going. Verse 36 says, while you have light, watch this, believe in the light, that you may be children of the light. Okay, amen?
Yes.
These things spake Jesus and departed and did hid himself from them. But though he had done so many miracles before them, yet they believed not in him.
Jesus.
Right. Come on now.
Verse 38 says, that the saying of Elijah the prophet might be fulfilled, which he spake, Lord, who have believed our report? And to whom hath the arm of the Lord been revealed? Verse 39 says, therefore, they could not believe because that Elijah has said again. Here it is, verse 40. Elijah said again, he hath blinded their eyes and hardened their heart, that they should not see with their eyes nor understand with their heart, and be converted, and I should heal them. Let me tell you something. The only way that the hard heart change is through conversion. There has to be a conversion. Let's go back to what I said. That see, then when a certain hardness of your heart begins to take place, only God can do the conversion. Amen. Watch this real quick. One unmistakably sign of a hard heart is the loss of sensitivity.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
You become very insensitive to anything that has to do with God's people.
That's right. Come on now. That's good. Wow.
We no longer want to accept the person walking through the door with a problem.
That's right. You better teach this right.
We forget that church is a hospital
Yeah, it definitely is.
where sick people come to try to get better. I don't go to the hospital if I don't think anything is wrong with me.
Well, now.
What we better realize, even though a person comes to the hospital to see the doctor, guess what? Sometimes the doctor gets sick too.
Well, now. You better say
So what I'm saying is, no matter who's in the hospital, whether it be doctor, patient, nurse, we all people, we all got problems.
Well,
And we all get sick
that's right.
one time
That's right.
or another.
Yes, sir.
So that does not give me any room to judge anybody that's in the hospital with me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because whether I be doctor, patient, sister, whatever, I'm still in the hospital.
Yes, sir.
Right. Shoot.
Amen. I just want to give us a few signs because see what the Lord was telling me that this message is not so much a message, it's a message of self-examination because some of us got hard hearts and don't even know it.
And don't even know it. My God. My God.
So in God giving it to me, I had to examine myself by the word that he was giving me to make sure that I myself is not operating in hard heart. And if I am, I need him to fix it.
Amen.
I'm going to just give you a few things. Like I said, the message is signs of a hard heart. And I don't want you looking at your neighbor, the person in front of you, behind you. And like one pastor used to tell me, look straight ahead, they won't know it's you. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Listen at this. A hard heart does not allow faith to flow.
Come on now.
There becomes a flow issue of your faith when your heart becomes hard.
Well, come on now.
Your faith now is like, help me, Holy Ghost. You know how you ever wash your car? And sometimes your car, you're using your hose. And at one point in time, you got a nice little flow going. Y'all hear me? You got a nice little flow going, and you get the water that you need, and then for some reason, we get a crinkle in the hose. Follow me in your spirit. And we get a crinkle in the hose. Now, I'm still getting a flow, but I'm not getting the flow that I was used to getting that was doing the job a little bit more efficiently because there's a crinkle in the hose.
Oh, my God.
Which is interrupting the flow of the water. Am I right? So what happens with a hard heart is you might have a flow of faith, but you don't have what's necessary
Okay.
You better teach that.
to get you through. So what I do is what I got to do is then when I realize that I'm not getting the flow of water that I need to get the job done at the time that will be efficient without spending all day on it, that means I have to put this down and go back and trace where the crinkle in the hole is so that I can do what I need to do to get the crinkle out that I may get the flow. So sometimes what that tells me is when I'm not operating in the flow of faith that I need, I got to go back and start tracing my life or tracing a situation of understanding why at one time I believed it, but now I don't.
Oh, yes, God. Yeah. Amen. Wow. That's good.
I had a flow, but a situation came and crinkled my flow. Amen? Watch this. A hardened heart moves from commitment to wishful thinking. All right, Prophet, I hear you. A hard heart, again, moves from commitment to wishful thinking. Meaning, your favorite word is if. Nothing is never sure anymore. Well, I'll do it if. Well, if this happens. There's never a solid word of commitment when your heart gets hard. Everything is now based on if, and if is a word of condition. If only comes into play is when there's a condition that needs to be made. And normally it's a selfish condition. I'll do it if, and then the next word after that is what? Everything is based on around how you feel, what you don't get out of it, and it's all about you. That's a sign of a hard heart. Well, I'll do it if I might be able to do it if and the last time I checked the Word of God, the one that used I that many times was the devil. I'm just talking about words. Amen. Another sign of a hard heart is one who always justifies their wrongdoing and blame others for it. They want to justify why, watch this, I can't keep the commitment. Or even I gave my word and I won't follow through. See, people with a hard heart has a lack of ability to follow instruction. Because the only instruction or the voice of reasoning that they hear is themselves. It says a hard heart seeks his own interest. And it becomes religious and judgmental. It becomes religious and judgmental. And it says, I put it here, a hard heart is not only religious and judgmental, but you become emotionally cold and bitter towards other people. Now, listen to that, all that I'm saying
saying, this don't sound like church folks to me.
But it is. And we wonder why people don't want to come to church.
That's right. You better say it.
Why do I need to come to church with a bunch of bitter, cold, hard-hearted, stiff-necked folks when I got them living in my house, in my neighbor, on my street, on my job, at the grocery store? I don't need to get up at 8:30, 9 o'clock to come to church to be around them kind of folks when I got them already around me.
All right. That's it. You better preach that this morning.
I don't need to do all that.
That's right.
So I'll just stay home and watch church on TV.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Or on my phone. Because sometimes when folks come to church, it's the most unwelcoming place that a lot of folks have ever been. By the ones who've been there all the time.
That's right. They're the bad ones. Yeah.
Church folks has been some of the hardest hardened people
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
it is in the world. They run the church.
Yes, they do.
They lead the church.
Uh-huh.
And they're the ones that ain't lead. They sit out in the pews, starting mess from the bathroom to the pulpit.
Yes, sir.
Starting mess. Because you bitter. Because you angry. Rather than just admitting where you are. Because the only time you're going to change is understanding that you have this issue. See, we so concerned about what people might say. If I admit, yes, I have a hard heart. Because when I was going to church, Deacon so-and-so made a pass at me. Pastor called me into his office and he was perverted. When I went to church and been going for the last 10 years and paying my tithes when I could and did as much as I could when I needed some help, they told me no. See, one of the worst hurts in the world is church hurt.
Yes, it is.
Because I said this is a hospital, and this is where people come to try to get healed, try to get well. We might as well just turn around at the door. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to be hard-hearted folks. I'm about to close with this. Oh, I forgot this one. Amen. It says a hardened heart enjoys sin. They enjoy it. They justify it.
That's right.
You know what they say? God knows my heart.
That's right. That's what they say. That's what they say. God knows my heart.
You can't judge me.
That's what they say.
God knows my heart. He do. You didn't lie there. And there's going to be some consequences for what he know about you. A hard heart. Can I just be honest? I'm just talking about me. This next one.